You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The New Normal After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The New Normal After Show.
That's right. Give it to me.
Shimmying it up.
Give it to me, Jake.
Shimmy.
Oh yeah.
It's
Little
not. It's not
I'm gonna
really.
shimmy out of
it's
my
not
dress
really
at this
shimmy
point.
music, but we
Well,
can
no.
still do it. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another recap of The New Normal at AfterBuzz TV for you. This is episode 10, season 1, The XY Factor. Great episode. I am your host, Lauren Leonelli.
I'm Jacque Borowski.
Hi, I'm Jake DuPree.
And I'm Tara Johnson.
And live in the studio, we have special lovely guest, Staci Lawrence.
Ah, yes.
She is here.
Hey, girl.
She had a little part in the episode tonight as Kate. Hilarious.
Thank you.
Drinking wine, watching a football game. Everybody should do that.
Absolutely.
Texting.
Texting.
Before we get any further, was it actual wine?
It was apple juice.
Damn it.
I know.
Lame.
So lame.
We can all dream that someday they will spike the drinks.
You know, hey, it could happen. So we are going to talk about the episode, and then we're going to interview Staci and get all of her insight and fun facts about filming the show and what happened. Can't wait. And of course, we're going to be talking with her throughout the show as well. So we are going to get into our first topic, which was finding out the gender of a baby and why people say that they don't care, although we all know that they really do. I mean, let's be real, right? What do you guys, would you want to find out?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Why?
Just out of curiosity, I'm not one of those people that is very good with surprises. So I'm one of those people that if I know my Christmas presents are in closet X, I will open closet X, dig through all the presents, then act surprised on Christmas.
Okay.
Interesting.
I would not want to be surprised because there's a lot of decor to plan, a lot of outfits to plan. So we got to get
Totally.
on this, boy or girl.
Wait until it pops out and I look down.
Really?
Absolutely.
I feel like I would do the same thing, but I know my neuroses would kick in and I would want to know like how to decorate and what clothes to buy. Staci has a daughter, and did you found out?
Oh,
before?
100%. Yeah, and I will next time find out earlier than is medically possible if I can.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you have to have a registry. And people are going to buy you gifts.
Good
and I
point.
don't want a bunch of orange, yellow, green, and brown gifts, and I don't want to return everything.
That's good. Such a good point.
Yeah.
You're making
You
me
got to
change.
plan.
You're making me change my mind.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with
She wants an orange present.
I mean, after the kid is born, I'm gonna know from then on. I mean, can I have a
Yeah.
little surprise, little mystery?
You can't. No, and that's
You
what
can have all the orange presents you want.
You can. Brown.
All the
I
yellow.
like
Yellow.
orange, as a matter of fact.
What,
and
what
yellow.
did what did Brian call it? Jaundice. This jaundice room, and that's what they kind of talked about in this episode. They were basically like, David is a doctor, and he says that he gets the joy of telling people every day what they're going to have, and he knows that they say they don't care. What's the quote? We don't care as long as it's healthy. How many times have we all heard that?
Yes.
And obviously that's true. Clearly, you just want a healthy baby, but deep down inside, everybody has an expectation or a preference, and clearly here, we're not surprised. Brian wanted a girl, and David wanted a boy, and I actually kind of thought it was cute when they were showing the expectant couples in the room and reacting to like the sex of the baby and like getting like, oh, we don't care, as long as it's healthy. And then the mom or the dad would be like, you could see their reaction like, shoot.
But here's my take on that though. I love the show because of the walls that it breaks, but it started to be too conventional to me as far as gender stereotypes for this episode, which is something that bothered me, because you're watching the reactions of the couple and you're looking at them and you're like, there doesn't seem to be one woman who's excited to have a boy or one man who's excited to have a girl. And I do know people in my daily life who have been vice versa.
Yeah. And I will say, I did catch that too, but it was for not an obvious reason with the father when he found out that he was having a girl. You would think it was because he wants a boy to play sports with, but I got the feeling that that character or that actor was reacting because he was like, oh, damn, I don't want to have to protect this little girl growing up. Like, I'm nervous about the boy issue, was what I read from it, which I think maybe stereotypically you would think, oh man, he wants someone to play sports with or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, they were kind of stereotypical with it. But then again, they do that a lot in this show. They throw out those stereotypes that people, you know, have issues with or that people still believe and that are old school trains of thought. And
Well, usually they address it though, and that
Yeah.
was that. I think that was my problem. Usually they try to address it head on, and my problem is you have these two guys who have these very stereotypic views of their children. Like, if I have a girl, it's going to want to play dress up. If I have a boy, it's going to want to play baseball.
right.
What if you have kids that are
Like Brian.
Like Brian.
But I think they kind of touched on that when they were in the bedroom and David was hanging up the curtains that Goldie made and they were blue. And he started to say, I can start to make this room a lot less gender neutral and I can hang these blue curtains up because now we know it's a boy and look at these baseballs and look at this mitt. And I think Brian touched on it. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said, why does it have to be like that? You don't have to start putting boy stuff around the room. It's not always like that. This is how I was. He kind of, I think he did kind of touch on what you're saying, which, you know, I mean, that's what I took from that scene.
But in the end, I don't know. I feel they kind of like wrote back into the stereotype where, you know, he's trying to like coach the boys' game, or he tries to do boy activities with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always viewed this show to be, it plays into the stereotype and then takes it to the extreme. So I expected the woman, when she found out she was having a girl, to be over, you know, over the moon, and then the guy to just obviously be,
Well-
you know, cringing. So that's how I normally see the show.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect the switch up. I understand what you're saying, but I expected exactly what we saw.
Right. What
I mean,
about
that's the most. I mean, it's probably the most obvious way that the parenting episode can go, of choosing a gender for your child. I think that's what I expected too. I wasn't shocked at all to see that happen. But I do agree with you. I think that, you know, since this is the new normal, that it should be, you know, different things,
Right.
different types of parenting.
Someone should have
and-
said, hey, if you have a girl, she might like baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
My sister played basketball, and like,
Well, Brian's sister apparently was a linebacker.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
So are they
petition to play.
suggesting that she is a lesbian?
well, that would be a stereotype now, wouldn't it,
I
Jake?
know.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, the show plays with lots of stereotypes, and this was one of them. And yes, it was a little obvious, but that I think that the saving grace of that was that scene where they
Totally.
kind of, you
Yeah.
know,
True.
I feel like the bigger message with the whole gender selection thing was how it really is a fear-based thing. Our
Okay.
reaction to having a certain gender is all based on fear. He was afraid that he would be the dad that his dad was. I remember when I found out that my daughter was a girl, there was a part of me that wasn't disappointed, was more like, oh no. Because I remembered the teenager I was to my parents. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have 10 years with her until she hates me. And I thought, God, if I had a boy, he's going to love me forever. And my
Right.
girl, I'm going to lose her at 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so really, I think all that gender thing is more about the fear of, oh, it's going to be like this. Oh, it's a girl. She's going to have a harder time with whatever. Or,
Yeah.
I think it's more.
I think you're
we fear.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And just because somebody is a girl or relates more to the female, as Brian would in this case, relates more to the female side of things, and David is the masculine, half of this pair, you relate to what you are. So a woman would relate to having a girl, and you have fears about losing them or connecting with them and maybe not connecting if you have a boy because you're a woman or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what they touched on. Your fear specifically was about
She's gonna hate me.
right. But I mean, and here they kind of touched on that too, and that's a really good point, Staci. Like Brian said, I don't want to have the relationship with him like my dad and I had. We had nothing to talk about except for TV, and the dogs run
But
to
he
you.
memorized the TV guide.
He memorized.
That was
the
one
TV
of my
guide.
favorite lines.
That was really
That was
sweet.
cute. And he was afraid because the dogs run to him, and he just didn't want to be the odd man out. He said,
Right.
And but yeah, of course it was all fear based until they talked it out and discovered, you never know what you're gonna get.
Well, then you look at other models, like I think now about all my friends who have such a close relationship with their parents and their moms, and I go, okay, that's going to be me. That's going to be me.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then what you expect, yeah.
I just have to ask Staci, since you have a little girl,
Yes.
and normally girls are daddy's girls, was that any type of fear for you to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a daddy's girl, I'm going to be left, I'm going to be the odd man?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean is I feel like I only have a very limited amount of time, and so I breastfed her as long as possible, keep her connected.
Right.
I'm the only one that can do it, Daddy. I love it. But we're running out of that, so it's about time to. Yeah.
Well, I think that, of course, there's certain things that each person, regardless of your gender, can offer a child. And sometimes it has to do with your gender. Sometimes it just has to do with who you are and how you connect to people. And clearly, they were figuring out in this episode how they were going to connect to the child. And I think they went obvious at first, like you said.
Right.
He's going to connect to you because you're the more masculine person in this relationship. And how am I going to fit in, as Brian was thinking. But, they're also showing a lot of this with Shania, how they work with a girl or a boy or a child or whatever in that case. And Shania had a nice, interesting little performance this episode, which you guys, I died when she came
her.
out.
I love her. She's like I said last time, she's my favorite character. And Cher is like my favorite gay icon. So not only was she Little Edie, but now she's Cher. I was like, no.
And they're going to pick like the gay icons to come through this, like,
It's gonna be like the cycle plays and within
next?
within the cast.
Gaga's
Did we
got to
have
be in
Babs in the last one? No,
Barbara
who was-
Streisand, Bette Midler. That's
Bette
who we had last
Midler.
time.
That's true.
Well, is Shannon Doherty now a gay icon?
No, Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling would
not.
be, yeah.
Tori Spelling.
From 90210 it would be
sure.
Tori
Tori
Spelling, and
Spelling,
we
yeah.
do need to touch on the fact that Shannon Doherty had like a line.
She had time, while she was getting her online degree to stop and
You
do.
guys, what is happening?
Hey, you do what gets you
Hey,
paid.
I understand. And
That
you get
culinary career has to be
yeah.
put on hold. Okay.
You guys, I was a little shocked. I was
But
like,
we all loved her. We all that
I know.
era. We all loved her, and so it was like it really was bringing back a pop culture
Totally.
icon.
yeah, I mean, for our generation,
Yeah.
for sure, we grew up watching her, and David touched upon that, saying, thought I was going to marry Brenda from 90210.
And I like that he specifically references. He doesn't say Shannon Doherty.
No.
He
It's
Brenda
says
Walsh.
Brenda
Brenda.
Walsh
Brenda
from 90210.
But wait, is it really Kelly? Was it really Brenda Walsh, or was it Kelly from 90210?
Oh,
See,
that
but
was
Brenda
like the-
was like
Oh.
the small town girl next door. So if you're like the small town person, you want like a Brenda.
Okay.
But if you're like the 90210 person, you want a Kelly.
And Kelly, and she did like coke and stuff. She had some issues.
But Kelly was way prettier than Brenda.
I love Kelly, but okay.
Yeah, no, I always wanted to be Kelly, but everyone always made me be,
Not Donna.
no,
Andrea?
Andrea, because I had glasses. So everyone made me
worst.
be Andrea all the time.
sucks.
I was like, why do I have to be, just because I have glasses? I don't want to be Andrea. I'm not the Andrea.
That means you age well, though, because Andrea was like 35.
I know,
playing a
right?
16-year-old.
Still, it
There you go.
sucked when I was 12 and I just wanted to be Kelly. Everyone did kind of look up to Kelly, though, I will say. But anyway, back to Shannon Doherty. I just can't believe she had that little.
was great.
I was very shocked. I wanted to see a little more, I'm going to be honest.
That's true.
I wanted to see her, like, hit somebody. or
I'm
do
so
something.
glad that Ryan Murphy, I feel like this is a trend of his to bring back these like random people and he gives them their like moment for a second
Sherry
moment.
O'Terry had like 2 lines
That
or
was-
whatever it
yeah.
was.
Well,
I
she had
really-
a little bit more than Shannon, but she
No, she
had
did.
that scene with Andrew Reynolds was classic when they were going back rapid
Whenever
fire.
she like flipped her hair,
Yeah.
Instagram or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, let me Instagram this. Hold on. That was, oh my god, that was so good. Yeah, I loved Shania. I loved her Cher impersonation. She did the like, hey guys. She did the voice.
Yeah.
She licked her lips a little.
She had the Indian headdress.
She
I was like,
fantastic.
Native American headdress.
Sorry.
Oh.
Native American headdress. That was the problem with this, is that the school had an issue with the song that she picked to sing. She was
I
assigned.
have friends who, I'm sorry, I was not trying to be offensive.
No,
I have
we
friends who
know.
say both.
We know. Her assignment was to pick a woman in history that was like influential, and they were going to go with like Susan B. Anthony or something, but of course Brian thought that was boring, and he's like, we'll think of something. So she comes out. It's a shock to us all. She's Cher. She walks down the middle of the audience, the feather headdress. She does a little speech, and she starts singing the song Half Breed.
With backup dancers.
Mm-hmm.
And
With the band.
singers and
Yeah.
Full band.
And
Oh, man.
I love in her speech that she said that movies like burlesque. And I'm
yeah.
like, okay,
What?
like not
Not
any
the
of
mask. Not the mask. What happened to the mask?
Mermaids.
Yeah, exactly.
There's Moonstruck.
I know.
Thank you.
Or even mermaids, but I thought the mask. They should have thrown the mask.
For sure.
Or things that she was nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, no big
Maybe.
deal. NBD. But the school had an issue with her singing that song, and this led Goldie to say, you know what, I want to be a lawyer, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to fight. I'm going to put my lawyer suit on, which she had to fix a little because she's pregnant. And she went in and sort of did this mock trial in the office. And
Quote, end quote.
quote, end quote. How cute was that?
That was
Pacing
awesome.
back and forth.
With like the triangle hands. I loved that.
Had
The
to.
triangle
We call
hands.
those
Hosting hands.
vagina
yeah.
hands.
Ooh.
Vagina hands.
All right.
You heard it here first.
I've heard it too.
Vagina hands. Don't ever do it on camera. It looks like a vagina.
Yeah.
But you just did it.
Well, but I
For
did it to
demonstration.
demonstrate, not because. No,
Purposes only.
thank you, Martin. Martin, you're on it tonight, Martin. Oh, it's Steven! Oh,
Aw,
sorry. Steven, you know what, Steven?
Steve.
That's your payback, Steven, and you know what I'm talking about. Yes, it's an inside joke. So,
To be fair, we can't see the people in the booth, so we just create an identity for them.
I was calling him Martin. It was my fault, and it's Steven. And it's
Natalie
very-
calls him Dan. I
very-
don't think there is a Dan.
Anyway,
There we go.
anyway, so Shania usually teaches a lesson in the episode, and I was kind of like, what's the lesson in this? And then at the end, I was a little slow. We figured out that Goldie discovers what she really wants to do with her life, and they kind of wrapped up the episode talking about letting go and learning just to expect the unexpected. And Goldie's looking through all of Shania's costumes, because Shania always does something crazy with her leaf
Love her.
costume, and she was when she was the
Pilgrim.
Amish pilgrim or whatever. And I think we're all predicting that she decides she wants to be a costume designer, seamstress. And we had a little awesome prediction that came from our crew here, saying we're not really predicting right now, but
We're faux predicting.
this is a faux prediction. This is a pre-prediction that she might end up doing some costume designing for Brian's show.
Or Brian.
Sing.
For
Sing.
Right.
Not Glee. Sing.
Sing.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. So we will see when that happens, and we'll get into our predictions and all of that. But we have lovely Staci sitting here, and we just have to ask her questions. We're just
Absolutely.
dying.
Fire away.
So, who does somebody have a burning question they just must know? Anything about the show?
Yeah, I will say one thing about the show. I was a little disappointed there was no Nene Leakes, no Rocky situation going on.
No Ellen Barkin. No Nana.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I
too.
think I can only stomach Nana once in a while, though.
I love Nana.
Nana. But Nene was not on set, right?
No.
Because I wanted to ask what shoes she had on. So.
But you were bringing Real Housewives, I think, with your character a little bit, with the Pinot Grigio
Yeah, a little bit.
and a trench coat.
little bit.
I think so. I think that was a Ramona. A Ramona
It was a
moment,
little-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Real Housewives of NYC.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like when I watch the show, I think that it seems like they have so much fun, like the cast.
Yeah.
And you know how you can get that rapport sometimes when you see like a play or you watch a TV show or a movie and you feel like that cast, like all the Adam Sandler movies, you feel like, oh gosh, they must just have so much fun on set. Was that, I mean, you were out, on.
Yeah, no, the energy, it was fun to watch the episode having read the script first and
Yes.
then being there in person. It really is the same energy. Everyone is very calm and very loving and friendly. I mean, we sat and talked to Andrew the entire time just about normal stuff, talked to Justin, Bartha, I know.
I love it.
You know, he's from Michigan. We had a little conversation because I'm from Michigan. Like, everyone was just it was family. You know, the stars of the show knew the crew, obviously. Everyone was they were all talking. They were talking about holiday breaks and what they were doing, and it was just really nice. And then, of course, you know, this little football team is there.
Oh, of course.
And the first AD, who's in charge of them and directing them, I mean, he is out there. He was in his element. You could tell he knew exactly what he was doing, and he was happy. He was
Aw.
coaching these kids playing football. And
That's cute.
it was just, everyone was just so happy to be there.
So that vibe is real then. That's what we're really watching.
That's
okay.
what you see.
Okay. That's
100%.
good.
Awesome.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Good.
How
I
long
felt
did it-
very welcome there, and
Good.
very much.
How long did it take to film?
We were done by, I had a 7 o'clock call, and we were done by 2.
Wow.
And I think the second we jumped in the van, it was a downpour. They had one more shot to do with those kids, and I think it was like the close-up, the huddle stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had to wait till the rain, because it was a downpour the minute we were done.
Wow.
So, and they weren't done. We were done, but yeah.
Right.
Any
Yeah.
ad-libbing in the scene? Everyone strictly by the book or
No,
ad-libbing?
you know what? No, it was strictly by the book. You know, I noticed obviously some lines were cut from some of the football stuff, but of course they got to tighten all that up. But no, it was by the book. It was much sort of, as an actor, you go in and you have all these thoughts about what your line's going to be, and then it's like, yeah, just spit it out. Yeah, okay.
Just say your line.
It's just much more, it's just simple and fun, and, just trying to keep it real, because I think for something like this, it's so funny that your instinct could be to really be campy with it, and it's very real. And so that was, it's kind of funny, like when I had the audition, I was getting ready to go to the audition, and I said to my husband, it doesn't feel like me, whatever, I'm just going to do it, but this is not me. Like, I'm the person who's like, I'm totally against texting. No texting and driving. Don't text when you're in the presence of other people. Like, I'm totally against it. I'm not a snob. I don't even know what a Brentwood mom is. And so it was just funny.
That was your, like, Kate, the Brentwood mom.
Yeah. So that was me, like, going into the audition, like, I don't know. Okay.
Well, maybe there's a part of you that
really
Works
be
in
a
your
snob.
favor.
you are.
Tapped
Clearly.
into the inner snob. There you go.
I think we've broken through
I loved it.
to the truth. Oh, thanks.
It was so good.
Well, it was fun, and I love the actress I work with, Emily Kozlowski. She is awesome. She was in Les Mis on Broadway. Like,
Oh,
she's like this
wow.
amazing singer and actress.
So
and
did she know Andrew at all? Did their paths ever cross on Broadway?
I don't know that they knew each other, but they were talking a lot about so and so and this, and
Okay.
they really had that rapport back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. They were definitely musical theater people, which I am not.
Well, but you have studied theater and you've been involved in theater, so
Yes, but
musical
I'm
theater.
not allowed to sing in front of anyone.
Well, she does a mean Beastie Boys rap, let me tell you.
That's rapping though. That's much different.
Much different.
Hit it. Break it out.
Oh no.
Brass monkey.
That's for another time.
It's so what you want, but we'll get into
Yeah.
that later.
Oh,
Totally
Gotta
different.
get some of that. That's great.
Yeah.
Gotta get some of that.
What was the costume situation like choosing clothes? Was it
Well, we were cast very late. We auditioned on, I want to say, Tuesday, got the part Wednesday night, and was shooting Thursday morning.
Wow.
So it was very last minute, come to Paramount immediately, literally,
Wow.
and bring everything you own. Was literally the call. So I was like, cool. So I walked in with so much stuff. I ended up wearing my own skinny jeans. I was very grateful. Yes, they were stretchy, so that was good.
Good.
It was so, the costume designers, I'm just so impressed with them always. It really is like getting a freestylist.
Oh, yeah.
You see how they put stuff together, and I'm always like, I would never do that. And then I'm checking tags. Is this current H&M? Okay. And I'm like going out and buying
And your
whatever.
yellow shoes, those were cute. They were
Those
yellow.
amazing. Those are the Gap. The top was
No.
the Gap. The trench coat's the Gap. All current right now.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, Emily was obsessed with my shoes too. There's I have to go get them.
You could probably go on Amazon and buy all that. I bet.
Look at that.
Amazon.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
Amazon
just
read.
That was
segueing.
great,
No,
though.
we're just
Transition.
Great segue.
So, Amazon, if you want to go on to AfterBuzzTV.com, you can click on the Amazon banner and do your holiday shopping through Amazon because it gives us a kickback. And if you like AfterBuzz TV and want to support us, we would appreciate if you give us a kickback
And you can
by shopping on Amazon.
And you can seriously get anything on the Amazon.
Yeah, it's
let's
just
be
like
real.
normal
We
shopping
buy
on Amazon.
everything on Amazon.
Right?
Literally, we buy everything on Amazon.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazon
Literally.
Prime is the best.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like free shipping. You just all you have to do is click. You're not paying us money. It's just
It's one
Just
click.
clicking on the
Just
link.
go to AfterBuzz TV first, then click on the banner, which now Staci will do when she's doing all of her shopping.
Totally. Well, and all of my household items.
Everything. Christmas
my-
shopping, household, everything.
We thank you in advance.
That's
Stacey.
right.
We thank you in advance.
That's right. And also, while you're on the internet, you can go to iTunes and you can rate and comment what you see on this lovely, lovely show we provide for you. It keeps the lights on here. We love to hear what you guys have to say. And we listen to your comments and we take it all to heart. So please
Okay, we
feel
don't take
free.
all of it to heart.
Well, no, but I mean, we listen to the good and the bad, is what I'm saying, and we love to hear what you have to say. And start a combo, tell a friend.
Yeah, talk
Go
to
on
us. let
It
iTunes
us
only
know.
takes a minute.
It's very easy.
5 stars.
Technology is very quick these days, folks. So just a click and ba-bam.
And we
You're
have
done.
other shows too. If
Oh my
this is the only
gosh,
show you
yes.
watch, you should check out our other shows.
Other things.
Tons of other shows. What do you guys host? by the
Real
way?
Housewives of Miami.
That's right, Jake. Tara.
Juliana and Bill and Houston's On Our Own.
Wow.
I
Jackie.
just finished RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, but we're back for RuPaul's Drag Race season 5 in January.
Love that. You
So
can catch me
excited.
here and at Nashville, too. So tune in, rate and comment.
5 stars.
5.
Sorry.
It's like it's
I
happening.
just keep repeating it. You know what I mean? It'll happen.
Yes, and let us know what you think of our lovely guest, Staci, too. Staci also, she.
I'm like, don't tell me what you think.
You don't have to read it, but we read. Staci also, not only is she an actress, but she is also the CEO, one of the CEOs, right? Correct? Of
Sure.
is that why?
Yeah,
you're being
I mean, we
modest?
don't, we're an LLC, so, we
Oh,
don't
okay.
really have those kind of titles. But we're partners and
Yes.
co-founders and producers.
Of Flash Mob America. You guys all know what flash mobs are, don't you? If a flash mob happens in LA, well, anywhere really in the world,
Anywhere in the country, and yeah.
it's this woman right here that puts it on.
Get it.
You
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've organized a couple of famous flash mobs, like the one on Modern Family.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we've had some really cool opportunities. My partner Conroe Brooks and I, we're both in the entertainment industry. We're both actors, filmmakers. We both have that kind of thing going on. And it really sort of happened, can't really say by accident, but it really just sort of happened by accident.
It did, yeah.
We did a tribute to Michael Jackson after he passed away. Really just for fun. We felt like we had to do something to celebrate him, and we did a big old flash mob, and it got international attention, and we were hired by Janet Jackson's record label to do one for her. She showed up, and it was like instant around the world just press and craziness. We formed a company overnight because it was like, we gotta save this, My husband picked our name, he started buying up domains, like, what do you think of Flash Mob America? Good, buy it, done. And it was literally overnight, and it's been 3 years, and we haven't stopped since. We've done over 150 flash mobs all over the country. We just did one in Singapore.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we did Modern Family, Kimora, The Bachelorette. We've done Rachel Ray 3 times, I think. Yeah, and we have another one coming up soon, but it's a secret.
Ooh, can't wait. to find
New
out.
Normal, you need a flash mob.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can tell you a little fun New Normal story.
Yes.
I showed up on set, and the second AD, I was like, I know you. And we started naming other TV shows, and she started naming them. I'm like, I haven't been on those shows. And I'm like, are you sure it wasn't Modern Family? She's like, nope. Are you sure it wasn't the Flash Mob episode? And she was like, you're the choreographer. I'm like, well, not really, but sure. And she's like, oh my God. And she starts telling everyone on set that I'm Flash Mob America, which is
are.
just hilarious. Yeah, to a certain degree, Conroe and I. And she's going crazy. I show up on set, and I've got a 2-room, which is a trailer upgrade.
Nice.
For of course, like, there's no reason other than she's like, don't tell anybody. Because of Flash Mob America, I got a sick trailer.
That's amazing.
It was just a little like,
No
threw it over.
way.
Yeah.
Did you try and invite the cast in the trailer with you?
Well, I just sat there thinking, I wish there was more I could do. You get in there and
Just
it's
you.
empty. It's like, well, there's a radio and there's a television, and I have to go to set. And then the next time you're there, you're changing your clothes and going home.
Yeah.
But I had like a full bathroom. I was like, I got to use this thing.
Oh, that's
It
how
was
I would have
really,
been. I would have
really
been like,
cool.
is there lotion in here? What can I
Setting up some
do?
candles.
Well, usually, I have to say, when I work, they're like, don't use the toilet. That thing doesn't work. This one, the first thing I said was, does that thing work? He's like, well, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. And the shower works? He's like, yeah. I'm like,
You're like, I'm
"Whoa,
going to take a quick shower.
flash mobs. Let's go.
You made it. That was your moment.
it
You're
was
like,
my moment.
look, I made it. My
Yeah.
toilet works.
Life is good.
Seriously. I literally, like, I wanted to bring friends over.
Oh, I would have totally
You
come.
would, I know.
That would have been
Yeah.
Did you
great.
take pictures, Instagram, everything?
You know, I only took a picture of like my door with my name on it, just like Kate. I was so excited that I was in there changing and realized I never shut the blinds. But
Oh.
I don't think the football players were tall enough to see. So yeah,
Stacy.
I know. I was too excited.
Trying to get a bigger trailer, Staci.
I know, right?
Give me a 3-room
I
next
mean,
time.
Come on.
Awesome.
It was a nice random perk for blending the flash mobbing and the acting in
That's
one.
so awesome.
It was
Yeah, well,
funny.
you've been able to blend it before, like you said, on Modern Family, and
Yeah.
you guys have been on TV.
We've had
a
some
handful
cool
of times.
opportunities. Yeah.
All right,
So
I have
awesome.
a flash mob question for you.
Yeah.
So, for all those people out there who just, bless their heart, cannot get the choreography,
Yeah.
do you strategically place them in the back or in a particular place? How do you handle those?
You know what we
people?
do? I mean, our motto is joy through surprise, right? Our whole thing is about creating joy for people. That's it. And giving people that moment, whether they're the recipient or the participant, that moment of joy. And maybe they always wanted to perform or be creative or step out of their shell and they never had the opportunity. So their just being there is such a big deal to us. What we will do is we will strategically, they might not start the dance.
Okay.
Right? And we tell them this. We say, listen, go for it. Don't be afraid. We promise if you screw up, we're not using the footage.
Yeah.
We've got cameras all over the place. The camera's on you. It's human nature. You're going to mess up because the camera's on you. We'll cut to somebody else. And sometimes there are flash mobs where they want step up 4. Okay, well, then you have to hire all professionals. And there's two different things. There's hiring professional performers to do a flash mob, and then there's the all-for-one, loving, joyful community. That's really what we.
And you guys do both sometimes too. The dance will
We
start off with
integrate them, too.
professionals, and then the flash mobbers will come in and join and
Yep.
make it a bigger crowd.
Yeah, but on the same token, we really love to give people who are not performers. That's really what it's about, is giving them their moment. So we've had people that aren't great dancers start. We've given them a little skit.
Yeah.
We've given them their moment because who cares?
Exactly.
There's
It's not-
nothing at stake other than their happiness. It's like, just go. And we promise we'll cut to an audience member being surprised if you screw up. It doesn't matter.
I've had the joy of being part of the flash mobs, and it is totally just relaxed. It's not like if you mess up on that move, and usually the choreography is very like
It's
user friendly. Would I say
It's simple and
yeah.
repetitive.
And it's like anybody could do it. You just want to go out there and have fun. And if you mess up, oh well, I've messed up before, and I have dance training, so they're so fun. If you-
I've led them and completely skipped an entire section, and everyone's going, "What is she?" I'm just like out there completely screwing the whole thing up.
they're so fun. If you haven't done one, you have to. What's the website we can find all that information on?
Flashmobamerica.com.
Guys,
Awesome.
I'm telling you.
Let's do an AfterBuzz.
We should. Let's.
Well, yeah, we have them all. Sure.
Yes.
We have them all over the country, especially right now. We have a ton. But if you're in Southern California, we have one this Saturday, and we're surprising foster kids. There's thousands of foster kids for their holiday party. So,
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they work
Yeah.
a lot with charities too, Flash Mob
That's
America, and it's
awesome.
awesome to give back in that sense. I have to ask you one as we wrap up here. I love dancing and performing, and in flash mobs, it's such a high. But each type of performance, whether you're on stage, which you have a lot of experience doing, or on TV and film, or a commercial, or flash mobbing, dancing, they're all such a different performance high, if you will. Like, which one really do you feel like just the most in your element at? Or is it hard to say because they're all so different?
I think I always thought, well, acting is something that I chose and pursued and have worked really hard for and haven't had the easiest time. I definitely don't feel like that any sort of career has been handed to me at any, it's hard work, and when I get a job, it's such a feeling of accomplishment and joy and excitement to share with my family. Flash mobbing, I now realized, it's more of the giving back that is the high. Even if I'm participating, it's the giving of it. And also, before Flash Mob America, I always called being a dancer the dream that got away. that was the dream that got away. The thing I really wanted to do, but had to make a decision, and it wasn't really happening, and acting was definitely the thing. And now I'm dancing on television, and I never would have been. I'm being honest, I can't compete with professional dancers. I'm not that kind of dancer. I'm a fun dancer at the club.
Yeah.
You know, but so it's a dream. It's a dream. It literally is a dream come true. It's that perfect blend of giving back to people and the little dream that got away.
You know what's interesting is that what you're saying actually ties into the episode.
Yes.
Because Goldie's character thinks she wants this one thing, and then she, along the way, has discovered that she fell in love with something else.
Right.
And so, and she says at the end, it's not, or not her, the voiceover says, it may not be what you expected, but it's something even better.
Yeah.
So you might have had your vision on this thing, and then you discovered along the way something that is even more amazing.
I could never have set out, I mean, I tried to do it as an actor, and I could never have set out as, who knows, but to set out as a dancer and say, I'm going to get on Modern Family, and I'm going to dance on a bunch of reality shows, and I'm going to bring joy to thousands of people, and that's my goal. I really don't believe it would have happened.
There's no
just
way,
a certain amount of allowing in the world that you have to let go of.
Let go and learn to expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
The lesson of the episode.
That's right.
Well, before we get into our news and gossip and our quick predictions, give us your like social media contacts, like Twitter handle and.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to ask where you can see me next.
And also,
That
that we're
I have
getting
a
to.
question about
Yes.
that.
Okay. Yeah, my personal Twitter is Shugro, Shugro. It's the nickname my husband gave me. And Flash Mob America is just at Flash Mob America.
Okay, good.
And then Facebook is official Staci Lawrence and Flash Mob fan page.
Okay.
How do you spell your Twitter again?
Shugro, Shugro.
Okay, good. And you and we can see you next on 1600 Penn, right?
Yes, I have a very small recurring role as one of the president's assistants on 1600 Penn. I play Casey, Bill Pullman's junior assistant.
Love it.
That's
It's
awesome.
fun.
And being on that show, did you get to share the experience with Andrew Reynolds and Josh Gad, who were in Book of Mormon together, starring opposites? Did you share like?
I didn't realize because again I don't
that's
follow
true.
musical theater at all, and I had no idea. And so I'm talking to Andrew, and I guess I should have done my homework, you know, because he was telling the story of how he essentially got discovered for the new normal through the Book of Mormon. And Ryan
right.
Murphy was in the audience, I believe,
Yeah.
and it kind of just he was like, well, yeah, Josh and I. Oh, and I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Well,
A little
I mean,
embarrassing, but I
no.
had no idea. And what a funny coincidence that they both starred in that play, and I've got to work with them both in the same season. Very cool. Both very amazing, generously kind people.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's good to hear.
Hilarious.
And
Oh,
when does 1600 Penn come on?
1600 Penn premieres January 10th. So,
Okay, and that's when we can see you on that. Great.
Awesome.
She's just all over the place, that Staci Lawrence. All right, well, we are going to get into a little news and gossip very quickly.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Justin Bartha.
It's like circled and like
Does it have little
big
hearts?
letters.
No.
I expected it to have hearts.
Doesn't, but I love him. Justin, if you're watching. Maybe. So Justin is in it's like a suspense dramatic thriller movie, and it's called The Becoming, and he is alongside actress Rachel Nichols, and basically it's kind of, it's a story. I read a little blurb about a couple that's like traveling, and they're in the middle of nowhere. They're digging up some family roots, either his or hers. They're in the middle of nowhere, and they come across some sort of a evil entity that takes over Justin Bartha's character, but the girlfriend doesn't really know this, so the whole time she's sort of she's getting manipulated by this her boyfriend, half this evil entity, and he has these plans to bring her down, or whatever the end of the story is. But it's a Canadian production, and that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. There's no IMDb page yet, so if you guys are trying to find it, you might not be able to, and it's in post-production right now. But if you would like more details, you can go to thesecretrant.com, where I was reading this article about it. And if you want some more Justin Bartha, you can look forward to him. We don't know when this premiere date is, but I will probably see the movie. I'm just saying. Andrew Reynolds, also, we always talk about on the show how this is like a parallel to Ryan. His character is like a parallel to Ryan Murphy, and how Sing on the show is like Glee. And we came across an article where Ryan Murphy basically says, yeah, it's loosely based on me. And he said some funny things like, well, Andrew says it's really kind of fun and we have a lot of similar senses of humor, but he also says he never agrees on the costumes. Like, he's always very embarrassed when he comes out, Andrew, when he comes out on set, like, I really don't want to wear this on set. And then he's like, and imagine if you have to wear this in real life. Like, and I go, if I start wearing this on the weekends, there's a problem. That's what he said. And Ryan Murphy said, if someone, he was quoted saying, if somebody's loosely playing you, you want them to be a much better looking version of you. And the bottom line is he likes somebody with hair playing him, because we know Ryan Murphy's got that shaved head. And he also said some nice things about how Andrew is so capable of great and grand comedy, and he can just turn on a dime and play the drama. And we saw that tonight in that scene where he's kind of like, talking about he's insecure about the son, and then suddenly his eyes are welling up with tears. It was so great to see, and I love watching Andrew Reynolds and Justin Bartha. And also Nene Leakes, very quickly, an article in TVGuide.com was talking about how everyone enjoys watching Nene Leakes because she's always Nene. And how many times do we say that? Like, she's always
herself.
her.
Yeah.
She is so good at being her. She said that when she was on The Real Housewives, the first season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which we know you love, she felt very hard in front of the cameras being her, and she's like took a step back and told herself, look, I can't do this, I just have to be me. And from then on, she was just her, and it's clearly worked because she's been on Glee and now this, and everyone loves watching her. So we love Nene, we agree, we love watching her be her. We missed her this episode.
Nene's had some drama this week, though. She had gotten a Twitter war with Kim Zolciak. Wearing a wig. That's what Kim Zolciak is. And I love their drama. I think they both need to get over it, because clearly both their lives are in completely different places. One's having children, one is on national TV.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop, blonk, blonk, bye.
Yeah.
You know where I stand, people, with Nene.
Bloop, blonk.
That's Nene's terms. Bloop, bloop,
Blonk, blonk, bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Love it. Well, we love Nene, and we love the new normal.
And now we know that Justin Bartha is not 5'4".
Right.
I would still date him, even if he was 5'4". But he's not, so it's
5'8".
even better.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
That's right. You heard it here first. Okay, really fast, let's get into some predictions, shall we?
And now, your AfterBuzz
You can shimmy.
TV
You can shimmy.
prediction.
Well, I predicted last time that the baby was going to be a boy, didn't I? And you told me it was boring.
Honestly, I don't remember.
And you told me it was a boring prediction.
I do remember saying that.
I am
words
going to
haunt
steal
me.
a prediction and say that Goldie is definitely going to start she's going to be offered a job being a costume maker designer for Sing.
There you go.
I predict that they're going to go back to that plot, because they kind of dropped it. The plot where there was like a custody battle.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna see Clay again.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that this episode will definitely get Shania nominated for an Emmy. I will even go there.
Ooh.
But bam, I love that prediction.
Outside the realm of the show.
God, you're making me look
Will
bad.
she sing on the Emmys? Will she do Half Breed?
God can, if there is a God,
Right?
let it happen.
Yes.
Love it. I predict that we will see Kate and her character again.
Oh, I love it. At all the games. Ooh, I like the
Doing
way-
flash mobs at the games.
I want more Kate
There
too.
we go.
Right? More
Okay,
Kate.
good. Well, where can we find you all?
Oh,
Tara?
you can catch me on Twitter at TJ Path to Passion. Please holler at me. I'll holler back.
You can follow me at Jake_DuPree and bye.
Without the bye. At 123 Jackie_B, but Jackie is spelled JACQUE because my mom hated me.
Oh, snap. And Stacy, one more time.
Shugro, SHUGRO, and at Flash Mob America.
All right. And you can find me at Lauren Leonelli on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram and my website. Ba-bam! Staci, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
We
very
enjoyed
much.
Thank
having
you.
you.
Thank you for having me.
You were
Thank you.
awesome, and we look
You guys
forward.
are awesome.
You were awesome. No, you were awesome.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I always do.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.